Everybody, hopefully everybody can hear us. We're trying this for a third time. We're here. We are back once again. Oh, goodness me. I don't even know how many times I need to say my intro here. But you know what it is. You know me. You know where my intro is. And you know where we are. This is Tier 3. Round 5. We're going back in time, as I have mentioned a few times. Because we don't like repetitiveness, but we're doing it anyway. And here we are. Because of the infamous red flag glitching session a few weeks back, we are back while we have our bank holiday break for Tier 3 action. And joining me before we get into the swing of qualifying, there's already 13 minutes left because we wasted 5 trying to get this thing up and running, is Mr. Bottlejob. He is the current Tier 3 champion. Progress to Tier 2. It is Mr. Connor of the Hardys. Good evening, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good now we've got this working.
Yeah, that was
really happy.
Unneededly stressful.
It really was, wasn't it? That was weird. That was very strange.
You went live and you was talking away. I was watching the stream and I was like, well, I'm pretty lonely here right now.
Well, so was I. I'm trying to introduce you. I've got nothing. I'm thinking, okay.
I was like, DM him on Facebook, DM him everywhere. Okay, great, this is going well.
But we're here.
I knew YouTube chat would get to you, though.
Yeah, it did. It did get to me, actually. That's where we realised what was going on. But now we're all back up and running. We've got a few laps in early doors. Scottish Ninja leads the way at the 29.25 with DR Studio on the mediums on a 29.26. So that's a great opening lap for him. While a few people are finishing their opening runs, pardon me, Mr. Hardy, would you like to take us through the people who are reserving this evening? Because, of course, we have quite a few reserves tonight.
Well, we have the crazy Scotsman. He's sat there in the Mercedes in P5 at the moment. He is back, but he is sadly missing most of September, so that'll be a massive shame to see him drop away for a little while.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah,
no.
I think he's going partying in Ibiza.
Oh, he is. Of course he is.
Yeah, and then we've got Genie in the Bottle. He's in the Ferrari, the Tier 2 driver. I believe he's also a man that's in the Tier 2 championship fight. He can't qualify on anything other than medium. Well, he can qualify harder, of course, but the fastest car he can qualify on is mediums. Then you've got Lost Infinity, the Tier 4... I think he's Tier 4 reserve.
Yeah.
But it's good to see him step up with the big boys in Tier 3. Airways as well, he is the same. Tier 4 driver. He's also in Tier 3 Bergen. I mean, that man needs no introduction. He's just insanely fast, isn't he, really?
Yeah, he is. He's still in the pits, of course, Tier 1 driver.
Yeah, then we've got Jackster as well from Tier 2. He is also, I think he's a last minute, like a proper last minute stand-in. Then we've got, obviously, the French, Dutch, Spanish, German, Portuguese, everything on the Inters. In the house, it's Anton.
I think that kind of covers us. I think.
Yeah, I probably missed a couple of nationalities there, but I think I got most of them.
Yeah, our multilingual, multinational. We've got Mr. Hills in the Italian Alps, so good for you. Not jealous in any way, shape or form. I'm sat in Teesside. As a lovely place as it is. Mr. Bailey wants a Hodgie Howl. I'm sure with Tier 3 action we will get one of those. Now, as we mentioned, we are... Well, pretty much 8 minutes through qualifying already, but we haven't been lacking any racing action in MRC through this bank holiday break we had on Friday evening. Realistic Performance Grand Prix round Qatar, which was... I'm going to use the term fun, but I was in it and it was torture, but great fun as well at the same time. It was really funny, that one. And then we had on Monday evening the No Assists Grand Prix, which again was really good fun, seeing all the drivers with no ABS, no traction control and manual gears do battle. And then last night we had the Dutch and a few other substitutes in there as well against the Brits, which was a great fun race. So if you haven't seen them, if you haven't subscribed, you need to hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and you will get a notification every time we go live. There are races every single week. Even Christmas week, we do something extremely special. So if you haven't seen them, definitely check those out. Now, and saying since when is he Dutch? Well, to be fair, he did race for the Brits. So that's probably the only nationality he isn't.
I mean, all the Brits did that bad last night. They might as well have been Dutch.
Well, to be fair, if you take out the non-Dutch, the British won.
Well,
so
but
it's
at the same time, our race winner's actually French. So
he was English birth. I'm going to give it to Andy. He was English birth, and he's just a man who likes to travel. He's a bit of a nomad.
He's now Dutch.
Wow.
I think he should be.
Wow. I mean, have you seen his new hairstyle?
He could be from anywhere with that.
I mean, he's definitely channeling his inner Hamilton.
Yeah, that's also very true. But he is here. He's in the YouTube. He said Ant gets about.
Wow. Okay.
Fair play to Ant.
Yeah, fair enough. So we are in Miami, the Miami International Autodrome around the Hard Rock Stadium, which is home to the Miami Dolphins NFL team. Infamous, or made infamous, I should say, from Mr. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I don't even know when the film was released.
Yeah,
that's where I was going with, and I completely got lost. It's been a while since I've kind of done league comms. It feels like a while, so I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things.
It's nice though when you've taken a little while away and you come back to it. It feels like you don't want to go again, doesn't it?
I know. Yeah. No car sound from Chris Berry. Let's pause it and try that again.
Pause and then unpause. Yeah.
Try that. We've had a lot of sound glitches recently, but there's been a few updates, so hopefully that will rectify it. Let's have a look at RFC Danny. He's bailed on his lap, invalidated. Easy to do around this track.
Mr. Gav.
Yeah.
In pole.
Well, just now taken by DRS. I'll tell you who we're going to follow on a lap, and I'm going to let you do this one, Mr. Hardy. He's going up to start his lap. It will be Mr. Ghost Rider in the very French Alpine, the squeaky Alpine. So we're going to ride on board as he enters the final hairpin and let Mr. Hardy take you on a lap.
Right, so we are approaching the pit straight. Obviously, he'll get that DRS over the line, comes just before the DRS straight. Now, down to turn one, you will find that 100-meter braking point on the wall. Swing it in, you want to hit the apex as much as you can. Sort of let the car drift out, but then now you've got to be so tentative on the traction through 2 and 3. Let the car run out wide to get the best possible exit, otherwise traction will start to kick in. Now, 50 meters for turn 4, you just swing it in. Then again, you lift off ever so slightly round turn 5 and into 6. This is all just a massive, long left-hander that feels like it never ends. Now you've got to try and find that apex, which he doesn't quite hit. That's going to cause him issues. Now onto the traction, running down the DRS straight. This straight is also not very straight, but, you know, who am I to judge? Now in the DRS zone, you just open it and straight down. You brake where that bridge comes just above you. Swing it in again, you need to just hit that apex and pray. Now you've got, he's gone really deep though. Now into this right-hander, you're searching for traction the whole way round. Now here comes the tight, twisty stadium section. He's just about not invalidated, but you've got to try not to ride those curves too much. Now to this right-hander under the bridge, the traction is so hard. He's hit the wall and he's actually lost the rear end a little bit there as well. But now you're just down the straight. Here's the final sector. This straight, and then you pick your braking point. It's usually around about 125-ish meters because you're coming in at such a high speed. But then you'll go to the final corner, you'll hit the apex, and again you've got to be so tentative on the power. Eventually you'll get on it, and now it's just a drag race to the line. What's the time going to be? It will be a 30.0, so good little banker there from Ghost Rider.
Yep, certainly was, and that's how we do it. Yeehaw! Round the Miami Grand Prix. How's that, Mr. Billy? For you. It's the wrong. That should be in Austin. That's more of a yeehaw is an Austin kind of terminology, I think.
Howdy, hodge, cowboy Connor. Oh no. It sounds like we should. No, I'm not going to say that.
Nightshot has decided he's going to be disqualified for letting cars past and parking in a dangerous location. Well, that's one way to do it. He showed his pace early on. He is a Tier 2 driver now, though. So, I suppose that may be partly on purpose. Melvin, though, has popped it into second. He's now on another flyer. He may run out of... Yeah, he's bailed on that one. He's just going around the track. Let's have a look. Scottish Ninja, good.
Airways time is very impressive on the mediums.
It is. Still holding up very, very strong, isn't it, that one? Jack's doing a 35.5. 5 is in the two Ferraris, 11th and 12th, pretty much where they usually are. Don't ask, Martin, don't ask. I may have had a tipple already after work. It was a long day.
I mean, that's just him after one of his 15 bottles of rum.
Yeah.
So
that's just
sorry, different bottles of rum.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we had a little discussion before we came on air. I counted up just downstairs, just in the kitchen. I have 15 different bottles of rum. Yeah, make of that what you will. Night Shadow's left the session. Hopefully you can get back in. Yeah. Yeah. It's a blowhole is the name of the tickle. Just so you know, Chris. So Scottish Ninja's up on his time. This could be really competitive to be up there with Melvin. We've got 3 minutes left of the session. He won't have time to come back in and change his tyres and go again. So those out now and those in the pits have got one more run left to go. RSC Danny, hopefully he will get a run in as well. The other McLaren driver, the Scottish contingent in the Papaya. What can Scottish Ninja do? He does improve and he goes into second with that great lap from him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most improved drivers in this league. Like, his pace is insane at times, so...
It is as well. He had quite a bit of bad luck, unfortunately, this season, but... Yeah, he has got a lot of pace. Lots and lots of pace, so yeah. Man says it's standard meat. Yeah, it is pretty much. Pretty much.
At least he owns it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the main thing, you know?
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong, Captain Hodge for a reason.
Yeah.
But before we get into the final runs, Rob Smith down in 9th. He's starting his final run. That's unusual for him. But I'm sure he will improve on this lap, and we'll keep a little eye on that. With notice, we have got quite a few people reserving tonight. Now, if you are watching, if you are not part of MRC, but if you want to race, if you can cope with no line, or you're ready to step up and get rid of the line, please give us a call, give us a message, join MRC. Rob Smith, unfortunately, had a message first sector. He's going to bail on that lap. Give us a message. We have seats available across all tiers for all standards of driving. So if you are ready to step it up with the big boys and get into league racing, give us a message. We've got our driver inductees ready to get you on board, get your time trials sent in to us as well when you join the Discord, and we will get you racing as soon as possible. So please do that if you are not part. So those who are watching, hit the share button, get it on your Facebook channels, on your Bebos and your My Faces, and everything else you may have. All your questionable social media channels. Martin Hills, I'm looking at you.
I was going to say. I'm just waiting for Martin to come up with an eye emoji now.
Yeah, probably.
With some dodgy VPN in the middle of Italy.
And that is me face that my mama maker. That one in Italy. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be him in a minute.
Unless you're part of Family Guy, it's a bappity boopty boopty bapta.
Oh, I hope there's no Italians watching. But
Martin, to be fair, we normally insult somebody.
Yeah,
so why not?
It's just Martin getting it tonight as well. I don't know why. Martin's bike is called Kevin, and the seat is. Oh my god!
So.
I so that you read that.
Yeah, you did. I read it first, and I was like, okay.
I saw the second bit. And I was like, I better not read the rest of that.
Yeah. Hopefully, Gav can get back in. I hope he can.
Back in.
Oh, fantastic! Oh no, baby Hornet! Oh, Simon was on it for final time, so he is currently in 6th as it stands. We've got a few drivers finishing. Ghost Rider is improving on his lap time. He's going to have to improve a little bit more if he's going to displace the baby of the Hornets. Sorry, Ant. That's a good one. I like that one, Ant. Oh, and he does displace it. Ghost Rider just improves in the final sector and gets
so Melvin's round on his lap.
Oh no, both Red Bulls. And he's nearly beached it. Nearly beached it. Oh, actually, we'll go away from that. Yeah, that didn't go well. So what's Jaxter doing? Jaxter's up on his lap time, still on the mediums because, of course, being a tier 2 driver he is now, of course, isn't he? Yeah.
He's in the Alpha Tauri though, which is not pleasant.
No, I have driven that before, and it's bearable, but not really. It's not one I would choose, but he does improve. Goes 11th with that lap time. Stays 11th, I should say, and there's only the 2 Red Bulls going to finish their laps now. We'll probably pit. So Diaz Julian takes pole position with Grant, Scottish Ninja in second, Melvin in third, Donny Osman in fourth, Mutts Nuts, the hair of the dog, is in fifth, Ghost Rider in sixth, Simon in seventh, Rob Smith in eighth. Pardon me. Look for him charging through the field, of course, in the Mercedes Airways in ninth. Great showing from him. He's 17 in 10th, Jackson in 11th, Five Rooster 12th with his teammate Genie in a bottle in 13th, Geki Matthew in 14th, Jazz Boy in 15th, Lost Infinity 16th, Danny, unfortunately, difficult session for him in 17th, and in 18th, Night Shadow in 19th, and Bergen rounding out the grid.
Sorry,
I'm loving the chat. I am absolutely loving the YouTube chat tonight. This is fantastic, and I'm not even able to repeat it, which really sucks.
Did you see what Martin said, by the way?
Oh yeah, I really have. Yeah.
No.
This is brilliant. This is normally my stuff I come out with to put you guys off, but I like it. It's brilliant.
There was one you made last night that sent me into an absolute laughing fit. I had to mute my mic.
I can't remember what it was now.
There was something.
I can't either. Crying. But I tell you what, there, the top 4 separated by just about quarter of a second, then a decent gap to Mutts Nuts, Ghost Rider, and the rest of the pack. So we're going to have, presumably, dry weather. It is Miami, though. Anyone you've got an eye on in the race, Mr. Connor?
Airways. On those mediums, that's a great time. He's a tier 4 driver, but he's already shown his hand in tier 3. He's definitely one. I know Simon, though. If I don't say Simon, he's going to be in my DMs blowing them up because he loves Miami. It's his favourite track in the world. So, Simon and Airways.
Okay, good call. Yeah, I would like to see Simon come through. He's had a bit of bad luck as well recently, so hopefully a good clean race for him. I mean, it is, that first sector especially is difficult, and even that first DRS straight that isn't a straight, that's about 3 corners in it. It actually has 8, 9 and 10 through that non-straight, and that people trying to keep to the racing line or something can be difficult. But if he can have a clean race, I think, yeah, he's got the pace. Rob Smith maybe potentially coming through the field. Again, Grant, Scottish Ninja starting in second as well, due a good result in a good race as well. So I think it's going to be quite one of those tight ones. And let's hope we don't get the dreaded,
Yeah.
It isn't Aston Martin. I can see it at the end of the pit lane there. You can, as long as he stays there, we're golden.
It's well and good.
It certainly is. And that means I won't want that one. Yeah.
25 license points.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. Jeez.
Kind of chose violence this morning.
Yeah. And is the championship leader still at 50 points after 9 races? That is a good point. We'll have to bring up the championship standings, Connor, if you're... That sounds great. If you could do that. Because, yeah, the championship, you're right there, and is very, very tight. We've had a lot of drivers... with a few issues with attendance, we shall call it, in Tier 3 this season, which is why we are recruiting, and why, if you are watching, if you are not a driver, then hey, give us a message and join us. We have got the formation laps back on now after the glitch was hopefully fixed, but that gives us time to have a look at the tyres that we have got. So 2 drivers only starting on the softs, Mutts Nuts and Bergen. Only 5 on the hards, which is Julian in pole position, Donny in 4th, Genie in 13th, Jazzboy in 15th, and in 18th. The rest on medium tyres.
Yeah, that's going to be fascinating. But standings just quickly while we get there. So
Yeah.
Melbourne is currently the top tier 3 full-time driver on 48 points. Jay Dudon is 1 point behind him on 47. And then just 3 points further back, 7 points further back from that is Rob Smith in P3. So
Chris has put a good point. Your favourite place to pass on this circuit? For both of us, that's a very, very good question. I quite like this one where they are kind of now into turn 11 after the first DRS. If you've got a bit more downforce on your car, but you can make it work with the DRS overtake, but you've got the downforce, you can potentially pull a little bit of a gap through that tight, twisty sector to defend up this very long DRS straight. Or alternatively, into the hairpin at the end of this straight. There's my personal favourite, turn 17. But if you can make a move through the first sector, the long turn 6, 7, 8, then that's quite rewarding.
Yeah, I think mine would be the one at the end of the DRS straight at the end of the first sector. The slipstream down there is crazy if you get it right. So, but the braking point is also very hard because especially on this game, it changes all the time because of the wear. So,
yeah, very true actually, very, very true.
But this is going to be exciting. Julian's gone. I'm surprised Julian's gone for the hards.
Yeah, I am a little bit actually. I thought he would go mediums, but the strategies are very varied on this game. We've seen that. Some people make the mediums last and go medium to soft. Julian's counting that they won't last. And go quicker later on. Hornet's the first one. Unfortunately disqualified. Couldn't find his grid slot. We've got quite an interesting view where we see the back of the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull with the lights. So we shall see as the final driver lines up on the grid. That'll be Bergen. And now we have the lights for after the timing glitch. There we go. 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 and 5 red lights, and we go racing, and they're away, and it's a good start from Julian, good start from the Red Bull behind and all the way cleanly, but on the inside there is the Scottish, there's guys in turn 1, there's a lot of contact, that's Donny and Ghost Rider have hit the back of the McLaren, and there's absolute carnage in turn 1. Donny Osmond as well has got involved in that. Hopefully Scottish Ninja's got away from it and didn't get any rear damage on that. Ghost Rider somehow through that by playing balls, has now got up to P1. E17, the big winner, and now it's got up 6 spots in all of that. Hornets dropped 1 as being cautious. Melvin, Donny Osmond and DS Julian now down 2 spots. Scottish Ninja have to recover. Did recover very well. There's no damage on his cars. Ghost Rider got any damage on the front of his? He hasn't on the front wing.
I'm quite surprised. That looked like quite a hefty little whack on the back of
Ninja. Gav's struggling with connection tonight. We'll have to get him back in again.
Right,
he had made a great start as well, up 3 spots. Rob Smith's had an absolute nightmare. He is down, and I think we've had a spin as that. Obviously, Danny, what a start from him. Up 8 spots for the other McLaren man. It's, oh heck, it's going all off back here as well. We've got, that's Geke Matthew. He's got half of his front wing, and he's in the wall there. Hopefully he'll be able to keep going. But we've had a few bits and bashes as well, and we've got, unfortunately, the ghosted Night Shadow. Hopefully he can get back into that now. I tell you what, the Ferraris have had a good one. Jack's up 5 spots as well. He's battling with Donny Osmond, trying to go around the outside. Donny gets a good exit out of the turn 17 and just about keeps it. But Ghost Rider is actually, that's closed that gap now to 0.8 of a second as we've got the timing glitch through the first lap, so we'll ignore that for now.
Yeah.
Geke struggling to get back. Jazzboy has had to pit. I think Mudsnuts has done the same. He has with damage.
Right. It'll be interesting. I'm glad Scottish doesn't appear to have any sort of rear wing damage, because it looked like he took quite a whack on that rear wing, didn't it? But
oh, he did. I think I don't know if it was Donny or Ghost Rider. Literally. Well, they obviously didn't like being in blue and they wanted the papaya, I think, and they wanted the seat.
Yeah, I would say so. But Melbourne's made a good little getaway. Obviously, Julian's done pretty well to stick with this pack as well on the hard tyres.
He is as well. Let's quickly go back to those tyres, of course, as well. You're right, Julian. Just about keeping with those top two, and those guys are going to really want to get away as much as they can before Julian's tyres start to come in, which they will probably start next lap, you'd have to say. But the hard to really get the grip up as well, and Donny's up there as well after that turn one melee. He's still on the back, and a minute and a half down, apparently. There's a few timing glitches. I'm sure they'll sort themselves out. But there's a few battles. We've got Genie and Ant further down, 11th and 12th. Baby Hornets fighting with RC Danny. That'll be an interesting one. But I tell you what, Scottish Ninja is going around the outside to the last corner. The side-by-side, he's just about ahead, going into turn one, leaves the room for him, and there's a little bit... I don't think there's a love tap, but I tell you what a move that is from Scottish Ninja. Wow. He lined that up coming out of turn 17, the hairpin, and just about was ahead in turn one, braking, and kept ahead.
Simon's
now then...
damage.
Who has?
Simon. He's in the pits for you front wing.
Oh, Sam, he's got the hard on. He'll go very long into this race and then potentially should hopefully get the soft tyres on if he has any left, of course. Gav's back in with us. Thank goodness that the Banshee's here. You can hear him bellowing with frustration that his connection's not as where it needs it to be. But I tell you what, he's in this fight. He's got Lost Infinity and Airways right ahead of him, and then the Bergen on the soft tyres right behind. This is going to be interesting because at the end of this lap, well, actually no, sorry, this lap, we've got the DRS, and there goes Gav, and unfortunately Airways didn't have it, and he's been absolutely scuppered 2 places. And I tell you what, Lost Infinity went deep, and Gav's made 2 places down that straight.
Yeah, good racing from Gav. We know how much Gav loves Miami as well. The only thing is he's absolutely livid that he's in a Mercedes tonight.
Is he?
Yeah, he's absolutely... Him and Simon have not been good friends all day.
I've missed that, I'm not going to lie. Totally missed that one.
Him and Simon have been not on good terms today, let's put it that way.
At the front, Scottish Ninja's pulled out a one... Well, he's just broken the DRS from Ghost Rider, who's got Julian and Melvin for close company as well, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Oh, maybe he made a mistake, he's now broken back into that. Donny's fallen off the back a little bit.
Yeah. This battle out front starting to heat up a little bit. Scottish Ninja's sort of driving off a little bit now. He's pulled out the DRS, but it's Julian. He's really hanging on to Ghost Rider on those hard tyres. He's got the work in nice and quickly here.
Yep. Oh, I can't look on board, Melvin. He's glitching a little bit there, and that was... yeah, that got me a little bit. Oh, so is DRS Julian a little bit as well. Hopefully we're not having the same Miami glitches that we've had previously. Fingers crossed. I think we are... possibly looking at dropping it from the calendar in MRC in future seasons just because of all these glitches. Oh, there's a little tap. I think that was another little glitch that Julian's having there. He tapped the back of Ghost Rider, seemed to back out of a move, and then next thing you know, on the apex hits the back. Just a little love tap. No hardship there, I think, and this is allowing, like you mentioned, Ghost Rider just to drive away a little bit. 1.9 seconds is the gap. Melvin's dropped back a touch as well. Donny Osmond's got Jackster for company. And here goes, Jax has gone to the outside. Donny moves to the inside early, and nothing he can do about that one. Jax says, thank you very much, I'm coming through.
Yeah.
Gav's dropped a couple of places. He's had a moment somewhere.
Yeah, Gav's had possession.
Oh, not again.
Yes, I've invited last one more time, but I don't know, I think the connection doesn't look the most stable for the drivers here, to be honest.
No, you're right. It seems to be only this track, and it's very frustrating and really unfortunate for Gav. He was, he was kicked out of qualifying and then got back in and started a great opening to the race, and it's just not gone his way this evening, so that's really unlucky. I'm sure he'll be in YouTube chat very soon, voicing his views. Yes, exactly that. But DRS Julian is got past Ghost Rider as well. So now that got 2.5 seconds at the front.
Yeah, I mean, Scottish Ninja's played this perfectly now. This has worked out brilliantly for him. He's now got a hard runner behind him. He can just build that gap and sort of control the race.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's going to want to do. Gav has rejoined. There was a little move there from Jackster. Wow, that was a bit late on that one. Let's have a look down. We've got the Ferraris fighting as well, and Birkin on the soft tyre is going to try to make the most airways as well behind them. And you're right with these connections. It's very difficult to kind of keep track at the moment.
They keep spearing into a wall on my screen.
Yeah, they're going sideways round corners. It's very 1991 PlayStation 1 games. Oh well, not 91, but close enough.
I was going to say that.
I don't think it was out then. But it is very, it's very Super Nintendo at the moment in time. But Genie's just backed off. So Fire's just gone deep into into turn 17, and that's allowed Genie and Bergen to go through, and Jackson and Donny are still having that ding-dong battle for 5th and 6th, and Bergen's now got the run and the DRS on Genie as well, so he has now made that move as we have got an Aston Martin Geke. Unfortunately, a lap down, not going well for him this evening.
No, he's not had the best race today, Geke. He's really improved this season, though. He's come a long way.
He has, and I think he got caught up early on, we saw, and he had damage, and it's just, unfortunately, his race has unfolded from there, and one to forget, unfortunately, for him. But Fibers has dropped off the back of his teammate, so that's going to really hamper him. Tell you what, Danny, the big winner early on, has unfortunately lost out to Anton, who started at the back of, well, near the back of the grid.
But of course, Anton will get the demotion, so Danny knows he doesn't really need to fight that because the chances are he'll get the place back. But Julian's got 3 seconds, that's not good news at all.
No, first one of the race, lap 6 now of 29.
So that's not ideal. And now Ghost Rider's also within his DRS, so I wonder if Ghost Rider's now.
Ooh, big twitch from Danny, and that's going to cost him massively to Bergen, who's just going to sail on past, and possibly Genie as well. Unless he can get in behind the slipstream and just to help tow him along and try to defend from Genie, who's got the DRS. I think it's just about going to be enough. It is, so Danny just about gets away with that. What happened to Melvin? Melvin had a moment as well. Out turn 7, he's got damage on his front wing, but able to dive into the pit. So unlucky for the Dutchman.
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself because obviously he is, well, Tier 3 championship leader at the moment, so he'll be absolutely gutted with that.
Yeah, he certainly will. And that 3 seconds is going to really boost Scottish Ninja. If he can, he'll see that, and he will see that Julian is 3 seconds behind him, and keeping Ghost Rider honest behind him as well. So Scottish Ninja can just look forward, hit the apexes, hit the braking zones, and get the traction and try to disappear as much as he can into the distance. And I think the hards are kind of holding well at the moment.
Yeah, they are. The hards very much are. Even Donny looks, well, he's pretty much matching a very fast Tier 2 driver here, isn't he? Who's on a softer compounded tyre, so...
Yeah, he is at the moment. Yeah, he certainly is. Genie's not got off the back of Bergen. Two compounds different and harder tyres for Genie going long into this race, but he's sticking with him in the DRS at this moment in time. We don't know how long the softs will go, of course. You would, generally speaking, in this game, roughly 8 to 10 laps, but possibly, so Berger might start to feel them go a little bit.
Oh, there's an AlphaTauri round, Jackster.
Oh, Jackster was having a really good battle early on. He has as well, and I think he's got lots of damage. He has got damage, so that's him diving into the pits as well.
Yeah, there's also a Mercedes gone straight on. I wonder if it's Gav. I think it's Gav or Rob Smith.
It was Gav, unfortunately.
Yeah. So he missed his braking point into that final corner, which will hurt him a lot, but we know Gav is never going to give up, is he?
No, he certainly doesn't. Softies, according to Mr. Beatty, can do 13 laps, well, he did 13 anyway on them. He is generally pretty good on his tyres. He says he's harsh on them, but generally he is pretty good.
Yeah, Chris always says he's rubbish at everything and then goes and smashes everyone, so I don't listen too much to what he says,
no.
To be honest. But,
so who's the prediction for the wing? It's quite early on to say the prediction for the wing. Scottish Ninja's doing well so far. The gap has come down slightly to 2.2 as Airways is having a battle with RC Danny in the... Well, I think, there was a little bit of love tap there, and Airways does make the move through, but goes very wide through turn 12. But Danny would be wise just to keep with him through this tight and twisty section, through the glitches that we have, and hopefully get the DRS back again if he gets a little bit sideways. Don't know if that's glitch or not. B17 and Ant having a good little ding dong as well.
Yeah, it's good to see B17 as well. Oh, Ghost Rider's out!
What's going on? We've got a safety car!
Yeah, the man in P3.
Oh no, where was that? That's at the last...
Final corner.
It is, yeah, he's gone... they've cleared it very, very quickly, so I'm not actually sure where it was. So, well, those who managed, Bergen's hit the pits, Genie's followed him in, Airways as well, Danny's going to do it. So it missed the leaders. So they are going to be able to go around. This is going to hurt Julian, but on his strategy, and the hard tyre runners, more on their strategy, you would have to say.
Yeah,
Airways has put the softs on. I think everyone will probably, those who aren't on the hards, will pit for the hard tyres. I think Scott Ginger's giving a good gap to the Delta, because Julian's caught him up.
Yeah, for sure. Julian is... Yeah, it's like you said though, all the guys on the hards, they're really going to be hating this because this is going to hurt their strategy big time. But the guys on the mediums can just drive in, put a set of hards on and go to the end. I'm pretty sure you can do about 20 laps on the hards here, so...
Yeah, you should be able to. I think that's about right, really. And Frank, I know it's not. It's a difficult season, my friend. Keep your head up. Keep it up. Keep going, because you never know what's going to happen next week. You never know. Could be all week. Don't know what happened, of course. We may see it in the stewards if it was an incident. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I mean,
but keep
he
going.
was about 2 seconds behind Julian, and he was quite a bit ahead of Donny. So I feel like it may have just been potentially a mistake from Ghost Rider, but obviously either way, you just need to come and bounce back next week in the hills of Austria.
It certainly is. Oh no, Ninja! Oh no, his 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. The race leader has taken the opportunity to pit. Julian hasn't. Has Donny. Donny has though on the hards. Is Ant going to do it? No, Ant's staying out as well, which is fair. He's a tier 1 driver, so he can kind of do what he feels.
There, though.
Ah, Frank pushing too hard. Don't worry, my friend. Don't worry. It happens to the best of us. Don't you worry. Just keep your head up. You learn from it, and you go again next week. And I tell you what, that's important. Scottish Ninja got out just ahead of Ant through the pit strategy, so that is vitally important. He's going to be on the back of Julian at the restart, so that is crucial for him. But that 5 seconds...
I just want to make a point, though. Mr. Gav, after all he's been through in this race, up to P5.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted. Everyone around him has. But I have a very deliberate speech of someone who had Emmy have had too much rub. I mean, who's had too much here? I think Martin's trumping me on who's had too much.
No, I think Martin's had too much.
Yeah.
Reading that, potentially there's a good chance. Martin, is everything okay?
Yeah. Good evening, Speedy Bullet, our American driver. I'm not sure where in America is he from. I'm not actually sure.
I couldn't tell you, but I know he's on a poster boy for a karting event over in America now. I don't know if you saw that in the Discord earlier.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, it was there earlier, but...
Oh, there's so many things I can say about that, but we'll move on.
I'm also reading Martin's message, and it definitely seems like he's the drunk one right now.
Yeah. I think it's the altitude sickness.
It's probably a mixture of both. The altitude has made the strong squash go to his head.
That's the one. Yeah, that's it. Because we don't promote any kind of activity alongside alcohol drinking, of course. This is as strenuous as it gets for me.
Under, please drink responsibly. No,
1800 drink responsibly. What?
Don't drink at all. Ignore me. It's maybe me on the alcohol now. Sorry, guys.
I'm glad you're not a father.
But yeah. Oh my goodness.
So the last person to catch up is Mutt's Nuts. Most of them aren't far away in the train. Potential for the safety car to go in this lap, but I feel it may be another one for that. Now then.
This is your fault, by the way.
Why?
Because you said you didn't want to see the Aston Martin out front, and now look.
I mean, I love the Aston Martin. I am Aston Martin. I'm green through and through. But
just not this Aston Martin.
Yes. That's the one. I mean, we've got E17 there in 6th. We've got, unfortunately, Geke's out, so he's taking my role for this evening.
Timber says, Hodgie, go home, you're drunk. Martin, go home, you're even more drunk.
I am home.
No, you're in Miami. You're sat on the roof of the Hard Rock at the moment.
Yeah, I'm getting the altitude sickness. Not to the same
clearly
bed,
I'm
though.
not going to win in the German triangle.
Chris Bailey, you're only jealous.
Yeah. That's it. Chris is a very jealous person, guys, don't worry.
He is.
Gav, clearly I'm not going to win in the German triangle. Oh, God, Gav, come on. But surely it's in this lap, though.
It could well be in this lap. It'll be a late call, because Mudsuds isn't far away. Just got to go through the tricky section in Sector 2. I think he'll be on the pack. There it is. It is a late call. So Julian now takes over the de facto safety car, and now we get to ride on board with the Glitch Central. Not Julian himself, of course, just standard F123 at Miami. I think we had this... Did we have this in 22 as well, a lot of glitches? I seem to remember we did.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were side by side and it threw us both off track without any sort of warning?
Yes. Oh, he's gone outside the last corner as well. He's gone very early. Caught Scottish Ninja napping a little bit, but that also caught Ant, who was in the apex of turn 17, so he's dropped back as well, but not Donny Osmond, who's on the back of Ant, and they're side by side going into turn 1, and Donny's made the move. What a great move that is. On the faster tyre, but still a fantastic move. Ant's got him back through turn 2. What a great bit of battling, but I tell you what, Scottish Ninja on the fresh tyres going through turn 2. He's got the run, but not much he can do with the glitches of Julian Port as well through the sections. Best just to follow. We won't have DRS, of course, for the next couple of laps, but the traction is there. If he's got the heat in those hard compound tyres, he will be able to go to the end, of course. But here he goes, pulls out to the left-hand side. Julian knows he's there. They're side by side, they're side by side, they're still side by side. Who's going to be latest and bravest on the brakes? Julian backs out. Sorry, Ghost Ninja backs out. Sorry, not Julian, but that was just... He did well to keep it on track as well, because it's easy to force Julian into a mistake and go very wide. It's going to follow him through again. This allowed Donny Osmond to catch up as well. So the field very tightly bunched at this moment in time. What can Grant do as the Haas decides to go skating?
Yeah, he's...
Ghost Rider's left the session. Oh no!
He's being very tactical with this, but now
yes, but look at this. It's a drag race to turn 17. Give the room, lads, give the room just about. What's the traction going to be like on exit? There it is, and now Grant's got back the lead.
Yeah, great driving. He's got to pull that gap now with that 5 seconds though.
He does, he really does towards the end of the race. That's going to really hamper him, but I'll tell you what.
Contact between Donny and Julian.
I thought there was.
But it may have also been the glitch, but I'm going to go with contact. But let's see.
But Night Shadow is on 12 lap old mediums. He'll try and take those as far as he possibly can with the safety car. As will Ant on his old hard tyres, and Baby Hornet on the comeback trail, of course. Had an issue early on. Donny has now got past under traction from turn 8, turn 7. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Scottish Ninja already 1.5 seconds through those two fighting. So this is going to be key, and he's going to hope that they keep fighting, and Julius tries to break, and he's outbroken himself! Oh no, Julian! Oh, that's tragic, so unlucky. He's got dropped all the way down. He's currently in 8th now. But that's freed Donny Osmond and Ant, and now Gav up into P4 as well.
Danny, Simon's just had an awful lap. He's just lost a place to Danny, and now he's lost another place to Jackster through the S's. So,
and a 3-second time penalty for his troubles as well. It's quite easy to do with those kind of S's, we'll call them, because you try to take a little bit more curb and try to bounce over them a little bit, and it can easily give you a penalty through that if you just don't have that front end grip to really bite and get that car turned in through that section.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of those tracks as well where, especially as the tyres wear more, the traction becomes just so much harder everywhere. So it
does, yeah, front and rear. It is really, really hard. It's not the biggest in terms of traction, There's only really outside of turn 7, you'd have to say outside of turn 1 and through 2 and 3, and then of course onto that back straight as well at the end of sector 2 is the main heavy traction zones, and of course outside of turn 17 is, look at this, E17 makes a move on to Gav. What a move that is, but Gav's quite technical. Gav will be thinking about this, and Gav will, I mean, Bergen was jumped at the opportunity, but he's on a lot fresher tyres. And then look at the two of them. Absolutely. Oh, no!
Oh, Gav!
No, Gav! I don't know what happened. I think Gav had it. We were on board. He had a big overspeed on Bergen. And Bergen didn't have any overspeed with the DRS open. And Gav just tapped the back. And has now got damage to his front wing. Oh, that is absolutely... Oh, that's so unlucky.
He's also... It's unlucky, but at the same time, he's very lucky that more than just his end plate didn't come off. Because that was a big old impact.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, he's got away with one, but also been very unlucky at the same time. So I don't know if we count his blessings there or not. But... Yeah,
I'm not sure how he would see that, to be fair with that. Unfortunately, now he's got Jackster on the soft tyres, and was just seen Airways as well coming back through the field on the soft tyres as well. He's going to have to pit again. But I tell you what, that gap up front, only 0.6 of a second now with Donny on the medium tyres. He's going to be hard pushed to take those another 14 laps. They will not feel very nice towards the end. Scottish Ninja should be rosy. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, Chris. Well, that's what we're thinking. Not sure. We were on board. No comment from me, because I'll get myself in trouble.
Let me see what he said in YouTube chat. I'm not on it at the minute. Let's see.
He's asking a question of the cockle picker. But,
I mean, that's one to deal with in stewards if and when it... Yeah.
Yeah, it was a strange one, that. It could be a bit of lag, but just seemed the overspeed Gav had and there was no room, and then it just seemed that the cars ahead almost stopped. And it was this very strange one. I'll tell you what, E17's having a good battle here with Airways. Oh, side by side through turn 12.
It could have been downforce related, that incident as well. Maybe Gav's running slightly skinnier wing and just carried a lot more speed, but who knows?
Gav skinny wings in Miami? No, never. Never heard such a thing.
I dealt with that firsthand. I don't want to deal with it again. You see this barrier at the end of the final corner.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Me and him ended up in there together.
Yep, saw that. So he's pitted and put the softs on. Yeah, he'll take them 13 laps to the end. So that's Gav done in terms of pit stops. And he's on the back of Lost Infinity out the pits. So Gav's on the comeback trail. Could he do with a safety car? No, hopefully not. Oh no, what's happened to Simon in 16th? Has he had a moment? He has outside of turn 17. Oh no. Simon, it's not been a good race. So unfortunate for Simon. He was looking for a strong result, and it's not happened this evening. But I don't think he's a fan of Miami anyway. So this one is kind of just one to... There's a tick, it's done, and we move on to Austria. Danny with a penalty now as well. This gap's kind of hovered. It's now back up to 1.2 seconds. So Grant's just holding calm. This is where the hards are going to be at their... Probably at their peak. You'd have to say he is flashing like a madman in a particular Dutch city.
That's my saying.
I know. But then again, we are in Miami, this, a city of Party Central.
There as well.
Yeah, Party Central, Miami. Why not?
Yeah, fair play. That's where all the players go. So
exactly. Yeah.
But Airways, though, he's the man that's made a lot of progress here. He's now catching up to the ever fast Frenchman, Dutchman, German man. Right.
He's not Dutch, apparently. He did say he's not Dutch.
Well, he's Dutch from tonight.
Gav, 3-second penalty, pushing a little bit hard there through the tight and twisty section, I think.
Yeah, he's coming up to the back of Simon now as well. He's obviously, since Simon's had that moment, Simon's probably been trying to cool down those tyres a little bit, but...
Yeah, that's one thing I find on this game. It's quite... Sorry, I'll start that again. It takes a bit of time for those tyres to cool down. On the previous ones, you could just run a couple of corners at slightly slower speed and they would cool down quite easily. But this one, I find that even if with low pressures... Oh, Melvin's out! No, what happened there?
Big
What's
crash.
happened?
Lost his rear and
Oh,
just went
wow.
straight into the wall.
Oh no, we've got another safety car.
Gav will be very happy, but at the same time, oh, that was a huge crash. Simon's taking this opportunity to pit. That's huge for him.
Yep, it is. Oh no, Gav speeding under safety car. To be fair, with the amount of glitches, it wouldn't surprise me that he was fine and then suddenly wasn't. It happened to me before as well, so it does happen. This is going to be good for people like Ant, who's going to pit. DRS Julian as well. He's not pitted yet this race, so this is going to be great news for him. Question is, what do the leaders do?
I think, yeah, it's a tough one because, but the thing is, what they've got to think is as well, I would like to think that Donny may stay out on the mediums. He's not going to be that drastically slow. It's more on what Ninja's going to do here. I think Ninja's going to get a massive change, train reaction. But then Donny's in, so he's taking the gamble. The issue is, well, I mean, Airways will definitely come in. He's got to get off those softs, surely.
Yep, he does as well.
Julian will. You see,
Danny gets a drive through as well, Danny. Oh no.
Now there might be a problem for Scottish because every single person is coming in.
Yeah.
So Ninja may have a bit of an issue now because this is going to bring... And he's on the back of the safety car, so he hasn't got the option after either, so...
Possibly his saving grace depends on where Bergen and Ant feed back in. Well, that's 3rd and 6th now. They're going to get demotions, excuse me, but they're going to be racy, as they always are.
Yeah.
His hope, because he's not going to pit, he's going to have to take that 5 seconds potentially at the end, depends on how many, if we have a late safety car again later on, that, of course, how it works. But it depends if Bergen and Ant and Rob as well, they're in 8th on the soft tyres. Jack's in 10th on the soft tyres as well, all reserve drivers. If they racy and want to come through the field, Gav as well in 15th, he's on the fresh set of softs. I know he's got to drive through, unfortunately. But on that, if they come through the field and get racy, this could, really help Grant in a way that it would allow him potentially, or hopefully for his sake, to get away from the pack, create some kind of gap while Donny is on the mediums and the fresh mediums. And that could potentially slow a few of the others up. That's, I think, what Grant's going to hope.
It surprised me a lot here that Donny's gone for the mediums, because surely now you're at a point where you can put on the softs. That's why it's surprising. What Ninja needs is the ever-fast Mr. Bergen to be right on the back of... to be really pressuring Donny and creating battles with Donny so that he can build a bit of a gap and a bit of breathing room. Because obviously the guys in 4th and 5th are both on the hard tyre as well.
Yeah, I've just seen Discord that I don't think Gav's in a party, and someone shouted him to turn his mic off. So there's obviously some Scottish obscenities coming through that one.
Quick disclaimer, anything you hear from Gav is
cannot be used in court.
Yes, please. For the love of God, leave the poor guy alone. He's not had a good day today. But yeah,
I can see how it'll be off-putting though.
Yeah.
There was somebody else as well, and I can't remember who it was, who never had the mic on mute, but was never in a party as well. So if you weren't in a party, it just came through constantly. Rob, you have to somehow go and mute everybody. I'm not sure. It might be on...
I don't know if you can do it mid-race. I'm not sure.
You should be able to mute people still somehow. Through the pause setting. I don't know where it is exactly. You should be able to do it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, not actually sure.
Sabotaged McLaren's Ant said. Well, I mean, they're 1st and 4th, but they have both got... Oh, the other thing that's going to cost Ninja here is that 5-second penalty. Yeah,
and Danny's got the drive-through, of course, as well, so that is, unfortunately, going to hurt them later on. I think the safety car will be in at the end of this lap, and hopefully we will have 10 laps of racing to bring you.
Yeah. Hopefully we do. But... I'm interested. I'm interested to see how far Airways and Genie really... Well, Genie's obviously a tier higher, but Airways, maybe Rob Smith as well, the soft tyres as well. How far they can get up now?
Yeah, exactly that. We've seen they have a lot of pace, especially against the hard tyres. But early on, Genie was keeping with Bergen, and they were between soft and hard as well. So maybe it could just be Genie's pace. We don't know, but he kept quite well.
Yeah, Genie's insanely fast on this game as well. So
yes. Now then, when does Grant go? Donny went outside the last corner. Is Grant going to try and do the same thing? He is. He's gone. And he tried to catch Donny a little bit napping, but not too much. Got the traction nice and smoothly down, and it's going to be nice and clean through into turn 1 unchallenged with Donny Osmond in second place. How's his braking go? Picks it nice as well. I tell you what, Danny's going to have a bit of a fight on his hands. I think he went a little bit deep, and now we've got Firerooster and Ant battling. Firerooster's got through on Ant. Into then, we've got Airways looking interested as well. Look at this, the three of them. Nose to tail, this Firerooster goes very deep, and it's going to compromise him over that curb, and as he goes skating, he's got another curb as well, and what's Airways going to try and do round the outside? Can't quite make it. He's going to try and get the switch back, though, on the traction, and he's over the curbs as well, but this is allowing Julian to come back through. And here's this side by side, there's two, there's four of them, side by side by side. And look at this down the straight, no DRS, but look at this, Julian's got to go the higher top speed. There's Genie's as well getting involved. Oh, this is insane. Genie, you're late on the brakes. Oh, just about backed off. But Julian, oh my days, Airways is going on the outside of Firerooster. Those hards are not warmed up at all for Firerooster.
No, he's just been absolutely bullied there. Fairly. But, well, can you be fairly bullied? But you know what I mean. He's had a big twitch though.
I don't know if it's a twitch or glitch. I give in now. I've stopped trying to count, but Genie's looking at this. I tell you what, Julian's getting through on Danny. Danny's got a lot of downforce on that car. He is very slow in a straight line, and he has just been done by Genie and Julian on that straight, and that is really unlucky for the McLaren man, who's just going backwards off the restart and now decides to serve his penalty, and you're right, and he has into turn 1, and Ninja had to do a little bit of defending there. Bergen on his tail and a second back on that, and then Julian a little bit further still. So Ninja's going to hope that Julian fights with Genie, Airways, Firerooster and more further back.
Julian, he only has to be 2 seconds clear of Julian because of the 3-second penalty that Julian has, so hopefully if they keep fighting, it might mean that Ninja can hold on to P2 minimum here. But this will put Donny top of the championship.
Yes, certainly will. Certainly will. Triple D hasn't heard me screaming in a while. It's not screaming, it's howling. It's a Hodgie howl. Copyright, trademark.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
If anyone ever howls, that's it. If he ever hears Crofty howls, F1's getting banned.
Yeah, we're going to put them for copyright infringement, like they tried with us all those years ago. I tell you what, Firerooster is just drifted through turn 12. He is really, really struggling with the rear of that car. I can't go on board. That hurt my eyes. That was like that was terrible.
Tokyo Drift.
A little bit, but just his steering wheel went one way, the car went another.
Yeah, Ninja's dropped behind Berger now as well, but that's not the end of the world, I guess, really, for him, so...
No, he's got Ant right under his rear wing as well, and he's used all of his ERS, and this is before the DRS has become enabled, so it's really hampering Julian's on the march. Airways as well. Doing well to get a faster slap. Julian's got a bit more cleaner air, but now with DRS enabled, Ninja's going to need to get on the back of Bergen through this first sector, where ERS isn't necessarily used. I can't run on board with anybody because the glitches that we've got is just, it's hurting a little bit. He's not being able to do it, but I tell you what, Ant's been able to close up instead. Those fresher medium tyres really going to help. And he's got the traction as well, and then the rear wing on the Haas is going to open. There it is, and I'm sure he's just going to breeze past. Grant's not going to want to fight this. Tier 1, of course, is Ant.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Bergen's on the back. There he is, of Donny Osmond as well. Bergen's not been on the top step for a while, so he's kind of penalties regardless. He's still going to want to do it, just for him.
Yeah, I think Bergen's the first to admit. I think he's had a bit of a tough season this season, so
he has.
these races can be a bit of a confidence booster for you as well, especially if you're coming down a tier. It still helps with the confidence a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. I tell you what, and past Scottish Ninja and Grant's really, really struggling on those tyres now when he's got Julian closing him in at a rapid pace. So the gamble hasn't worked for Scottish Ninja.
Yeah,
but
the only good
still a strong result he can have. You've still got Genie getting demotion behind him. He's got to worry about airways. He's got to worry about Rob Smith. I did mention Rob Smith early on through qualifying. I think he was qualified in 8th, and Julian, there we go, into turn 1, makes the move on the McLaren.
At the moment, he will have the gap to Rob Smith, so he just needs to hope that Rob Smith starts fighting quite hard with Jackster, because that could really benefit Ninja, and still potentially, I mean, the only person that's likely to take the podium away at the minute is Airways, obviously with the motions, so.
Yeah, and at the minute he is well within that gap. There they are, the three of them. Genie in the middle, they're both going to have DRS on the back of Scottish Ninja, and I'm afraid to say, and I'm pretty sure they're both just going to drive past the McLaren man, and there they both go. Well, actually, the Alpha Tauri isn't that quick in a straight line of Airways. Oh, he's trying on the inside, he was a bit further back, and now he's trying on the inside. Who's on the wall? Oh, there's contact! Jacob's in the wall. He was struggling with his tyres. He was. Oh, Jacob.
Yeah, who's that? Oh, there's someone in the wall. It's
Jackster.
Yeah.
And he's got damage to his front wing as well, just for good measure. And he's got Simon trying to go around the outside. Simon's going to have to... Simon's trying to get through, but just be patient, Miss Young Baby Hornet. You're going to have the DRS. There we go.
Bit of a twitch, but again, I'm not going to say if it was or not, because I don't know. But let's see. Here goes Baby Hornet.
To be fair, he was nearly past before the DRS even opened. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think Jackster's going to fight too hard with wing damage. He's more sensible than that.
Yeah, and there we go. It's Baby Hornet. We cut away from it a little bit. Baby Hornet now on the back of Jazz Boy on the hard tyres. And I tell you what, Scottish Ninja has actually bailed on those hard tyres. I feel for him. He was so quick early on. He's serving his 5-second penalty as well.
Jazz Boy in the pits as well, which promotes Hornet to 9th now. So
he's going to chase down Mutsnuts. But we've still got Airways battling with Genie. So Airways got past Rob. Donny Osmond, I tell you what, Ant's caught him past Bergen, who are right behind Donny Osmond as well. So Julian's got 3-second penalty, but he's over 3 seconds ahead of Airways.
Nuts is round. He's at a moment.
Oh no, the Haas man. Yeah, outside of turn 7, I think into 8 by the looks of it.
Huge shame, he was having such a good race as well.
I know.
He's under a bit of pressure now from the mad Scotsman in P12, so yeah.
Yeah, Gav's had. There's a few drivers have had a tricky race so far. Julian's was running up there and dropped down, and now he's battling his way back up. Currently, what would be second behind Donny. Airways started a bit further back as well. Rob Smith still battle through. He's kind of in a no man's land at the moment. Baby Hornet has got Jackster for company. Has a penalty, but he's now kind of fighting with E17. You know, say, oh, that was Airways. We discussed him, and he's got away with no damage on his front wing, but he's going to pit regardless. Maybe he came up with a tiny amount, and he decided, no, he's just going to bail anyway. Rob Smith up into 6th.
Yeah. So Rob Smith has kept his nose clean and really gained a lot today, but I see something this at the moment means Julian will actually keep his P2 provisionally, at least, because Rob Smith is obviously more than 3 seconds behind him, so at the minute Julian's looking fairly solid. I wonder if the soft tyres are starting to go off for some people though.
Yeah, Mutsnuts is retired. I think that's in the pits. It is in the pits. That may be a steward's inquiry after that, because he was running in 13th and he wasn't a lap down, so we may see the steward's looking at that one later on. Unless he'd spun. And had an issue.
Well, he did have that moment. It did look like he went rear first into the wall, so there is a possibility, but it's still potentially see. But this race is hotting up now. Hornet is now right on the back of Jackster as well for P7, so
yeah, let's have a look at this as well. Oop, past him. Yeah, because E17 was getting close for company, but Jackster's kind of... Hornet had a good gap, and now these two are fighting again. Jackster is a tier 2 driver, so he is going to get demoted as Night Shadow's caught, and I think E17 had a moment somewhere And Jack, nice shadows pass because he was right on the back of Baby Hornet through that little phase as well. So this is hurting Hornet, and he's going to be, I'm sure he's probably swearing in very posh accent. It's going to be, oh no, oh
Simon
bother, please let me through. Would you be a kind fellow and let me through? You're a tier 2 driver at all.
I hope to God he doesn't watch that.
I hope he does.
Have you been at the party with Simon while he races?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the opposite.
Like, then.
It's a total opposite.
He goes from a really posh, sweet guy on comms to an absolute
animal
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3-second penalty has not been good for the McLaren boys. Currently, Scottish Ninja out of the points and doesn't look to be scoring at this moment. Potentially, if Jackson gets no, but he's not. Well. Yeah, he served it, hasn't he? So he's going to want to get in the back of Airways. Oh, there's a big one. That's Hornet. I think he tapped the back of Jackson. Jackson was slow throughout the exit of turn 7, and that sent Hornet round. Oh, there's definitely going to be some expletives in that posh man's living room.
I'm glad I'm not there. To be completely honest, I would be deaf.
Bergen and Julian. Bergen's kind of let Julian go.
Yeah,
so that's sensible. No, Julian was catching them though, and Bergen's realised, look, you know, he is going to get demoted. He was having a good bit of fun up front and passed Donny for the lead of the race as it stands. But now, so because of that, Julian, even though he has, let's quickly go to penalties. 3 seconds. It's pretty good for penalties tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's quite surprising as well because it is a very easy track to just run a little bit wide at, isn't it? At some corners, so. Yeah,
end of turn 11 at the end of the DRS straight, you can run wide and easy pick one up. We've seen, I think most of them have been through that middle tight left and right in the middle sector.
I think there's been a few as well in the, right at the end of the first sector through that long sweeping left-hander where you can just run a little bit wide to try and get the best line. But
yeah, I think if you run wide and it's the curbs there, you're okay. But when you go to where the curb ends and the blue starts, that's where it penalises, I think.
I was doing some laps here with someone the other day, and that is where the penalty comes about. So, yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is technically for the lead of the race. Julian on the outside of Donny Osmond, and the side-by-side going through 12. Donny's not going to want to give this one up, and you're still side-by-side. This is unbelievable. Through 13 into 14, and DRS Julian has to give it up for now. Is he going to have? Well, he will. He will have the DRS going down the main straight, so he tries again. Let's ride on board. Hopefully there won't be any glitching in a straight line for us while we're on board. He's catching in the slipstream, and there we go. They were both flashing like crazy, and there we are. The rear wing is wide open, and Julian takes the lead of the race, but 3-second penalty as well. He's going to have to pull that out in the next 2 laps. Well, Anton, there he goes at the bottom of the screen. We'll start lap 28.
Oh, big moment for Gav down in P9. He's nearly just got into the wall, and this one was actually a moment as well.
Oh, crikey.
Donny just needs to, like you said, needs to just stay in that 3 seconds now of Julian for the last 2 laps. So,
yeah, if he can keep there, they're both on. Go back to the tyres. Same length of tyres, same on the medium tyres for 10 laps. Genie and Rob Smith. Rob Smith in 7th, doing a great job. Jackster has got his teammate Airways behind, and Gav for company as well. Scottish Ninja's back in the points, which is great to see, unfortunately at the expense of Baby Hornet, and that is so unlucky. We'll move on from that. And to be fair, Hornet, he doesn't, like you say, he doesn't really like this track, I don't think, and he battled well. Oh, does he? Whoops.
Yeah, it's his
I thought you hit. I thought you didn't like this one.
No, he won here in like what was it, season 9, when me and Gav had our big moment in the wall.
Oh yeah.
And Simon overtook us both and won the race. And ever since that day he's loved it.
Ah, okay. Fair.
So
to be fair, with Jackson now, Airways got past Jackson. He'll get a point. Oh heck, what's going on here with these? Oh wow, that's at the end of the straight, and now Gav's been forced off a little bit with Jackson. They're battling the Alpha Tauris. And now Gav's fighting as well. This is going to allow Scottish Ninja to get close to them as well. Baby Hornet's got E17 for close company as well. Those mediums on E17 are not going to feel too grand. 17 laps he's done on a Lost Infinity. Wow, 24 laps on the hards. He may be down in 15th, but that's a great stint.
He's on CPU.
Ah, So it's just allowed him to keep on going.
And not come back. So.
Oh, so unlucky.
Impressive that he's not last though.
That just feels bad on Danny now.
Yeah, sorry, Danny. You're doing really well, mate. You just got unlucky. But.
Oh, I feel sorry for Danny. I do.
Sorry, Danny. But Donny's done well.
E17 has got Hornet coming out the final corner. Now then, final lap of the race. Donny Osmond is it within that 3 seconds that he needs to potentially take the win away from Julian, but still a fantastic showing. A great fight back as well from Julian. And good fighting as well from Donny. We saw turn 1, of course, him and Ghost Rider involved in Skittles. But it's okay. Oh, Grant. Oh, so unlucky. I mean, so unlucky. He's going to still get... Yeah, he's still going to get the points from Jackster and Night Shadow, who will get the demotions back. If he gets Night Shadow and a few other bits, Ant let them go. Yeah, good play from Ant. Is he going to let Bergen go? No, Bergen's also slowed down as well, so that's great to see. But there we go. Julian's going to cross the line and take the victory on track. And Donny did drop off, but Donny is going to get it from the 3 seconds back. And there it is. The victory goes to Donny Osmond. Dios Julian in second. And slowing down, Bergen, even though he was slowing down, managed to get 3 seconds. Genie's doing the same thing. So Rob Smith is going to come through and take third spot. Who would have thought that? Genie Bergen. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to work this out. Airways will get fourth. On Genie comes back, Bergen, and this is great showmanship. Scottish Ninja will finish in... this just wait. I'll give in. I'm trying to work it out.
I've struggled keeping up with it all, to be honest.
Yeah, I am. But, wow, look at this. Look at them. E17, Jazzboy and Baby Hornet. Wow. I think Hornet's going to get some points at the end of the day. He is. And we'll wait for the rest of the drivers to cross the line.
Yeah. That was obviously good sportsmanship from the guys in the tier above.
Oh, 100%, yeah. 100% to maximise those in their tier to get those places and the points, of course. So, yeah, full credit to Bergen, to Genie, and to Ant as well for their sportsmanship. But there we are. Donny Osmond takes top spot from Julian and Rob Smith. Rob's going to be very, very happy, I think, with that one.
Yeah, he definitely will. He'll be absolutely chuffed. I mean, he's had a very quiet race, but I mean, a quiet race sometimes brings you the best results, so fair play.
Exactly that, and that's exactly what he did. So provisional results, pending stewards' potential inquiries, is Donny Osmond takes top spot, GS Julian in second, Rob Smith in third. It will be Airways who will take fourth, and I think it's going to be Scottish Ninja will take fifth. That's desperately unlucky for him. He had a great race. And just didn't go his way. We'll come back to who else will be in there, but we'll go Genie, Jackster, Night Shadow will be in there as well. He's 17, Jazzboy. Baby Hornet should get some points in the end. Difficult evening for him. Fire Rooster potentially get some points as well. He finishes in 12th on track. Ant and Bergen, they're going to get demoted regards, but that was great showmanship from them to let the tier 3 guys through at the end. Lost Infinity, unfortunately, was a lap down, and RFC Danny as well, a lap down. The people that did not finish was Mudsnuts, Melvin, Ghost Rider, and Geke Matthew.
Yeah.
Who then, Mr. Hardy, would be your driver of the day?
I'm actually going to go... I'm going to go with the race winner. It might be boring, but he was so consistent. He started on the hards. Him and Julian probably deserve the same amount of credit on hard tyres for their first stint because they kept right with the guys at the front. But I think Donny, because he won the race, just about edges it.
Okay, good call. Good call. I can see that. I could also see the argument for Julian. He may have started on pole, but he had to fight his way back through. But I'm kind of just venturing towards Rob Smith, just for a nice quiet race. Made the most of it and finishes on the podium as well. So I'm just going to venture towards him.
Yeah, that's, again, he was another person I was meant to mention and forgot. But yeah, very great drive from him. So
yeah, exactly that. So there we are, folks. We are back to normality after our bank holiday extravaganzas. We'll be back on Friday evening with yourself in the commentary box from the very fast, mountainous Austria Red Bull Ring for MRC X, and then we'll be back on Monday and Wednesday for the tier championships. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, thank you for having me. That was good fun, good race as well. Great battling at times, so yeah, exciting.
It certainly was. Really, really was. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for taking part in the YouTube chat. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, the big thumbs up. That'll be fantastic for us, gets us seen a little bit more as well, and hit the share button and subscribe as well. But until then, we will see you on Friday evening at 7:30 UK time. Until then, keep safe, everybody. Thank you for joining, and good night.